I would like to mentor and help guide some students. So I decided that, okay, since I'm free, I'll guide and mentor students that are ready to take the scholarship. So I went through the scholarship advertisement, then modify it, try to make it, write it clearly, then share it on my page and share it on some other popular pages. Hello everyone, my name is Bisong John Ebot. I'm a PhD student at Yokohama National University. My major is electrical and computer engineering, and I specialize in electrical machines and power electronics.
And how has your experience been so far studying in Japan when you compare it with maybe studying in Cameroon? How has your experience been so far?
it's like day and night. In Japan they are much more practically oriented, and there's much more money into research. But you can't, in that sense, you cannot compare it to somebody that was trained in a third world country because they don't have access to all this kind of technologies. You don't see it, so you can't think the same. That's something that you really have to consider, especially at the level of research, because coming in contact with technology is very important. And then in terms of the laboratory, in Japan it's laboratory based, so you're much more focused and you really learn how to use scientific tools. So you have a higher leverage anyway.
Okay. So are you focusing on the same thing you were focusing on in your master's degree in Cameroon, or is it a completely different research thing?
No, it's completely different. So in Cameroon, I did like a master's in industrial engineering, but I focused in telecommunications. I came under the JICA scholarship, the JICA-ABE scholarship. JICA is like Japanese International Cooperation Agency, and the ABE is like Africa Business Education Initiative. So this scholarship was created because some Japanese companies had interest in like locating overseas, especially in Africa. But they always complain that Africans don't understand their culture. So they had a meeting in TICA 2013. They decided that they are going to train 1,000 very highly qualified young Africans that they can work with, so that if their companies decide to relocate to Africa, they can use these young Africans that were trained in Japan as some sort of like link. So the idea was to bring people that are already working, or people that have at least a working experience, train them, and then place them on an internship in a Japanese company for like 6 months. If the company is interested in going to Africa, they can use them. So when we came here, we had like 1 month just training program. So the one before school, like it was not like other scholarships where you just come and then start school. So I came actually in September, and then I spent 1 month with JICA on that training programs, and one of those training programs was actually trying to integrate us into the Japanese society.
So speaking of the JICA-ABE program, so how long has it been going on?
It's been going on for, the first batch started in 2014. So from 2014 up to date, because normally they're supposed to do 4 batches. So they were supposed to train 1,000 Africans, like I said earlier. And then they divided it into 4 years. So 2014, they selected 150. And it was like a pilot project. They started with 6 countries first. These 6 African countries are countries that have like the strongest cooperation with Japan. And then later now, they extended it to all African countries after the first batch. So the first batch of students were, I think, from Kenya, Morocco. I can't remember all the countries. There were just 6 countries that have very strong cooperation with Japan. And then the second batch now, they went through all countries in Africa were eligible. So Cameroon started participating in the second batch. So we're the second batch in the program, we're the first batch for Cameroon. So the first batch was 150, second batch was supposed to be 300, third batch 350, and then the last batch, I think 150 to make 1,000. Yeah, something like that.
So the program is no longer running anyway.
Yeah, so after the 4th batch, they decided to extend the program. So it's been going on. Yeah, it's been going on. They had like the 5th batch, the 6th batch. I think they were even preparing for the 7th batch. And then initially it was just for masters, but last year they extended it to PhD.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I think some PhD students have been selected already. They'll be arriving this September.
So you can move from masters to PhD with the program, or do you just have to come as a master's student and then you come, or as a PhD student? How is it like? I mean, now, currently.
Now you can come as a master's student, and then you can go back and extend and reapply again for PhD. But before,
Okay.
it was just masters.
I see.
Yes. Before it was just masters. So during my year, it was just master's degree. There was no PhD program. So after a master's degree, I transitioned into PhD as a research assistant.
Thank you so much, Bisom, for accepting to do this video with me, and thank you for the words of wisdom you dropped on my channel. But yeah, for now, this is the end of this video. In the next video, goodbye.
Like in Cameroon, the JICA office is in Yaoundé. So we go to the office and then you write an exam, English and mathematics.